It's Browns versus Steelers this week, and before we get into our preview, injury report, etc., it is a like battle up until kickoff of Thursday Night Football. We have the early lead over the Browns report. Let's make sure we maintain it. If you want us to beat the Browns in likes and have the Steelers beat the Browns in the things that matter, i.e. the football field, like today's video right now. Today's Pittsburgh Steelers Talk is presented by LinkedIn Talent Solutions. If you're hiring for your small business, use the platform that small businesses rate number one versus competitors. That is LinkedIn Talent Solutions. Get a free job posting at linkedin.com/NFL Daily. Time for our preview. A quick turnaround this week for the Steelers as they go from Sunday to playing on Thursday Night Football on the road against the Cleveland Browns. Both teams at 1-1, and both squads coming off fairly disappointing Week 2 results. Steelers didn't look great against the Patriots, and the Browns choked against the New York Jets. We'll break down some keys to the game, but the number one thing is the injury report. Good news for Pittsburgh. They're pretty healthy. Devin Bush, who was limited in practice in the, estimation on Monday. You know how tough the timeline is there. He is questionable to play. Being limited on Monday makes me think he'll be out there, but I would not consider it a guarantee that he plays. We'll know more later Tuesday, Wednesday, and of course Thursday. I would bet Bush plays. Meanwhile, for the Browns, they're quite banged up, especially on the offensive line. These guys are going to be questionable early in the week. Chris Hubbard, Jack Conklin, and Joel Bitonio, all offensive linemen. Illness, knee, biceps, respectively. Hubbard was, should be okay if the illness recovers. Conklin was limited on Monday with that knee, so keep an eye on him. Joel Bitonio was out, but he should be able to play through it. Harrison Bryant is nicked up, and then 3 players already ruled out for the Browns. 2 of them, Chase Winovich and Jesse James, have been put on injured reserve. Jadeveon Clowney out with an ankle. That's a big deal for the Browns. They're a bit thin with Clowney and Winovich out. Should benefit Pittsburgh's offense. We'll talk about, by the way, later on them. But first, Matthew Peterson's talking trash again. Here's what he said verbatim. We have the audio clip. The Browns are about to open up a can of whoop-ass this Thursday. Myles Garrett's going to feast. I think the Browns can easily shut out this putrid Steelers offense. So first of all, you couldn't even beat the Jets. So big talk from a team who lost to the Jets and choked that game away. But I want to shut Petey up. So let's bring back one of our favorite weigh-ins. Type F Petey in the comment section. Whoever types F Petey the most times gets a shout-out. I'll buy you guys some time. If the ad break comes here on YouTube, head down to that comment section and spam F Petey. Most person who types in F Petey gets a shout-out on our next video. I'm going to type F Petey so many times. I got such a clown. Let's break down some keys to victory here for the Steelers in Week 3 against the Cleveland Browns. My number one key, figure out your ground game. Naji Harris has not had any real success. Now, I think he has danced a little bit too much, but he's trying to use his blockers as leverage, and the holes are simply not really there. He's been pretty quiet in both performances so far, Week 1 and Week 2. I would like to get Najee Harris going. For a team that spent a first-round pick on a running back, you need good production. There were only 91 total rushing yards against the Patriots. That was fairly similar-ish production in Week 1 when the Steelers had a bunch of success with Chase Claypool. The ground game has not been good enough. O-line's got to be better, and you've got to find a way to have more success with the ground game overall. That's Najee Harris, and on top of that, limited results from the offensive line. It's both. It's all interconnected. Next up, protect Mitch Trubisky and get the ball out quickly. The Steelers have done a good job of that, and we'll go more in depth on the offensive line side. But I do have a big problem right now with the offense. This was the comment from Mitch Trubisky. He doesn't have the freedom to call audibles on every play in Matt Canada's offense. Quote, we're still figuring out when it's a good time for me to audible. What are we doing out here? It is 2022. You, the quarterback, should be able to audible on every play. Otherwise, you are setting yourself up for failure. That is not good from Matt Canada. That needs to change. Trubisky, Pickett, Mason Rudolph, if you go Wildcat, whatever, they need to have the ability to audible. Otherwise, Pittsburgh's got to find a new offense coordinator. That does not fly in the modern-day NFL. Get it changed, or else Pittsburgh will be searching for a new OC. And if you're running your small business and looking for a new hire, you should probably be using LinkedIn Talent Solutions. You want to be 100% certain you have access to the best qualified candidates. That's why you should check out LinkedIn Jobs. LinkedIn Jobs helps find the right people for your team faster and for free. You know, we hired some new people here at Chat Sports recently, like producer Patrick. So far, so good, and that's a big thank you to LinkedIn Jobs. It's also very easy to create your post on LinkedIn Jobs, your free job post that we're going to give you a chance to get here in a moment. Then add your job, once you do it, and the purple hiring frame to your LinkedIn profile to spread the word that you're hiring. Simple tools like screening questions make it easy to focus on candidates with just the right skills and experience so you can quickly prioritize who you'd like to interview and hire. That's why small businesses rate LinkedIn Jobs #1 in delivering quality hires versus leading competitors. LinkedIn Jobs helps you find the qualified candidates you want to talk to faster. Post your job for free at linkedin.com/NFL Daily. That's linkedin.com/NFL Daily to post your job for free. Terms and conditions apply. Steelers made some new hires on the offensive line this year, right? And ground game, I remain pretty underwhelmed with so far. Part Najee Harris, part defense, part run blocking. Pass blocking, though, has actually been pretty good. Now, the Steelers are getting the ball out quickly, making life easier on their offensive line, but there have not been that many hurries allowed so far against the Bengals front and the Patriots front. Now, Myles Garrett's a different beast. That could change, but outside of Mason Cole, everyone's been pretty good in pass protection. He's been not great, but Dan Moore's taking a step forward. James Daniels is playing well. Chuck Okorafor has not been a problem either. Kevin Dotson's been your best left guard easily. I've been pleasantly surprised with the Steelers' pass blocking so far. So I want you guys to grade the Steelers' offensive line this season. A, B, C, D, or F. Let me know in the comments section how you feel about the offensive line so far. All right, next key to the game. Make Jacoby Brissett beat you. The Browns want to run the football. They want to give it off to Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt. Brissett is a game manager, and he was fine against the Jets, 22 of 27, 229, one score, one INT. Not bad enough to lose in the game by themselves, not quite good enough to make it an easier win than what it should be. I think if you dare Brissett to beat you vertically, I don't know if you can. He's a game manager. He's a good backup. He's not a premier quarterback. Don't let Chubb and Hunt be the guy that beats you. Make it be Brissett. And if that's how you lose, that's how you lose. Now, next up for me is how about an Alex Highsmith bounce back? And we mentioned the injuries along the Browns' offensive line, worth monitoring. With no TJ Watt in week 2 against, you know what, a much better offensive line, the Bengals might just be bad again on that front. The Steelers did not get a great performance in week 2 out of Alex Highsmith. 3 sacks, 4 QB hits in week 1, and then 0 sacks and 1 quarterback hit in week 2. Significant drop down. You're not going to have 3 sacks every week. That's not how it works in football. If you can give me 1 against the Browns, I think that's a good result for Pittsburgh. All right, predict the score for me, folks. Browns, Steelers. I assume everyone commenting is going to go Steelers. Otherwise, just, let me know in the comments section. But get your predictions in score-wise. Week 3, Browns at home against the Steelers. My final key to victory, the special teams must step up. I'm still confused why that wasn't a safety. I know he never had possession on the punt. He touched it. It should be a loose ball. I don't know how that's not a safety, but whatever. That was early in the game, Patriots-Steelers. Doesn't make any sense to me. But you had a muff punt too. Gunnar Olszewski, you can't be muffing punts here. Special teams, when your offense is kind of not that great, is critical. Win field position when you have to punt, have good returns, and don't turn the football over. If the Steelers want to win in what could be as sloppy as it often is, Thursday night football game, special teams mistakes will be killers. They cannot happen again in week 3. That is it for today's video. If you made it to the end, you're a real one. I appreciate you. Head down there, type in "Here we go," and we'll show you some love in the comment section.